Welcome everyone to another episode of Cook with Jase, proudly brought to you by Enliven Nutrition, Crema Coffee Garage, number 3. There you go. Candice is back with us again, and also ThoughtFox Media. Candice, how are you?
I'm really good. I'm really excited for what we're about to do.
Me too. And you know what? Again, we've had something with tiramisu dessert, again, really thinking about foods that you can have on an occasional base, but acknowledging what they're worth. Now we're going down the road of looking at a very hot topic when it comes to a dietitian. You go and see them, how much do you drink? Okay, so this is something where we're talking about healthy drinking guidelines, where a couple of drinks a day is okay, what a standard drink is worth, but also we're going to have some fun with some really cool cocktails. You're going to really expand my horizon from the general beer and have a great time with it.
Beautiful. So we're doing 3 different types today. I thought we'd show a little bit of variation in terms of what you were just talking about, in terms of a nice baseline kind of cocktail to start with, and then building to something which would be considered a little bit of a treat. But as long as you're factoring that in, then it's a totally validated treat in my eyes anyway.
Absolutely. And you know what? There's some good evidence out there as well that people who actually don't abstain from alcohol, that do drink in moderation, will actually live longer. There's some health studies out there for that. So where the guidelines are at, it's just been moved up. So both men and women, it's 2 standard drinks a day. Life is getting a lot more stressful. The work-life balance is going out. So a lot of people do unwind with a glass of wine, maybe a beer. It's really, again, one of those things that if you factor it in, I think it's okay. But like anything, too much of a good thing is going to send you backwards.
Absolutely. And these are more, getting towards the end of it, we're really showing you, you can have fun with coffee and cocktails, but without going overboard.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the first one we've got going at the moment?
So we're going to start with a gin-based cocktail. So nothing too strenuous in the preparation and making of this one. Essentially, we've got our glass here filled with ice already. We're going to do a standard 30 ml shot of the gin, pouring that over the top of the ice. So then we've got some tonic water here. So you can probably tell us a little bit more about the benefits of using tonic over some other kind of mixes that people might have in cocktails.
Absolutely. A lot less of a sugar content within the tonic water itself, so you're going to get less of a calorie content. Sure, it's not going to be that massive candy sweet flavour, more of a subtle flavour in that point as well. But, alcohol itself, it does have a calorie content. So 60 to 80 calories for your shot of your spirits. This is running in under 100 calories, really. So factoring it in, hey, you're in the game.
And it's a great one for us to start with because it can show you that you can still enjoy a drink without, pushing up the calories. So I've just poured the tonic water over the top. We're just leaving space for a 30 ml espresso shot over the top.
Yep.
And we are going to use a hot espresso shot for that one.
What one would you recommend espresso-wise to use?
So, we've got a nice dry gin here. We're going with the tonic water. You don't want to go anything, I guess, known for its sweetness. It's not really what we're going for. We have plenty of beautiful blends at Crema. Something maybe like even a Ruby Tuesday, which I know you've used in the past for yourself.
Favourite.
Ruby's got a really good combination of the sweet, but then also a bit of the bite. I think the bite would really complement something like this is what we've actually used today. So, of course, we're going to touch on a bit more sweeter drinking ones, which, everyone has their personal preference, but this is more for the gin lover who likes a nice, sharp, crisp drink. Yeah. So we're just going to pour our espresso shot over the top. And our final touch is just a twist of some orange rind. And just to give it that extra little bit of flavour and also some flair. Would you like to do the honours?
I don't know. Do you trust me?
I trust you. I trust you to hold the match. We're just going to literally put the heat over the orange rind. So the heat just opens up the flavours. You'll even see a little bit of a burnt mark there on there, but that's what we're wanting. We're wanting the orange to open up, and that orange flavour actually really complements the gin, the coffee, and you just want to kind of push that one a little bit, but not too much. We still want the element of the garnish there, but that zestiness of the orange is just the perfect garnish and finish off to that cocktail.
Wow, I can imagine that's really going to infuse in that as well.
Yeah, nothing better than a good gin and citrus kind of combination in my eyes anyway.
Wow, there we go, guys. Number 1.
So, would we like to move on to number 2 before we taste?
Absolutely. I think we're going to get too excited by the first one that we really need to.
Yeah, excited's the word. Yeah. So next we're going to do a bit more of a traditional espresso martini, and what we're actually going to use for this is cold brew. So to those not in the know of cold brew, it is something that we make at Crema Coffee Garage. We sell and we also serve in our espresso bar. And what it is cold brew replaces heat with time. So you grind your coffee and it's immersed within the water and left for a longer period of time. So looking at a recipe of, a kilo of coffee to 4 litres of water, 1 to 4, and leaving it for about 8 hours.
Wow.
So a lot of people like to do it. They put it on of an evening, leave it on overnight and drain it in the morning. And we do actually have the equipment at Crema Coffee Garage for people to make it at home as well. So that's what you can see here. So the benefits of using the cold brew in this particular recipe, as we all know and love, espresso martini is quite nice. It's quite sweet. Mm-hmm. Reason being, a lot of people actually add sugar syrup because they use a hot coffee shot, which is not overly sweet, known for that real bite and that kick, but it can be a bit bitter when you add it to alcohol. Balancing it out, essentially, yeah. Yes, hence why, they've come up with adding the sugar syrup. We've found through using cold brew, which when you're making cold brew, a lot of the time the sweeter, more floral notes of a coffee are brought to the surface as opposed to the acidic ones, because that's what the heat does. So the cold water brings out the nice sweeter tones, so therefore you shouldn't need, and we're not going to, add sugar syrup. Even better, guys, and again, another calorie saving as well. So this one really should be coming in under 100 calories per serve as well. So, again, you're in the game. Absolutely. So what we're going to do is in a cocktail shaker, I'm going to pour a 30 ml shot of our vodka. And then we're also going to add a 30 ml shot of Kahlua, which, as we all know and love, pairs beautifully with the coffee. There we go. Thank you kindly. You do this way too easily. Something tells me you've had a previous life behind a bar at some point in time. Most definitely. Restaurants and bars are in my past. Yeah, in the CV. I'm not ashamed. I've started out at the Hunter Valley and worked at a few places in Newcastle. Yeah. So no, it's never a bad skill to have up your sleeve to know how to make cocktails. Absolutely. I think you bring happiness to people. Yeah. Yeah. Lots of friends you never knew you had. And they may not remember the next day, but you know what? It's you're bringing happiness in your job at the moment. So this is true. Well, I think a big indicator of that is because I actually love my job. So then it comes out from there. Absolutely. So we've done the 30 mils of vodka, 30 mils of Kahlua. We're going to do, we did 60 mils of the cold brew. Obviously the size of your glass is going to vary there, but we are going to add some froth and kind of replicate that latte looking coffee with a nice good shake. So then we're just going to add some ice here. Sorry, I'm just going to excuse I and nick over you. Fingers are okay. All good. I sure hope so. So we're pouring our ice in there, locking our cocktail shaker in, and here comes the fun bit. I'm hoping and praying that I've pushed that in fully, otherwise we'll enjoy coffee rain. Bit of a shower. This is a theatrical. Obviously, we're wanting a nice, vigorous shake because the more you shake, the more I guess, crema we're going to create. So then we're just going to strain the rest of that one into our glass. And we'll know that we've given it a good shake if the end result is that frothy layer. Wow. We have froth. That looks like a latte to me. Mission accomplished.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, in the restaurant game, we just top it with a couple of simple little coffee beans on top. People like to dust a little bit of chocolate powder on there should you really want to. And then some people actually even use ground coffee.
Oh, okay.
But, it's all personal preference. I personally think a couple little simple coffee beans on there look pretty cool.
That signifies what it is. Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
To the point. So, so we've achieved that with just vodka, Kahlua, and the cold brew coffee. And there's no sugar added to cold brew coffee. A lot of time we do get that question. They think that's what we've done because it just tastes it's so pleasant, so almost sweet to drink. So, really no need to add any extra sugar there.
And that's the thing, the way cold brew is produced, it's calorie-free, guys. So, I mean, think in summer, it's a fantastic way that you can actually have coffee in your life, still get that coffee kick. Having that sort of extraction time as well would just be something I'm looking at for this study coming out to be more concentrated in caffeine, potentially?
Yeah, absolutely. So cold brew, being that it's sat over a longer period of time, gives the water a longer time for the coffee to really kind of take its hold on the water. So it definitely is, we call it a concentrate. So when we're serving it in the espresso bar, we will recommend to dilute it with either water or with milk. Some people dilute it a lot with water and then just add that touch of milk if you just can't give up that little bit of milk. But if brewed correctly, it's absolutely beautiful. Just poured over ice and topped with water. And actually, a really fun one that some people are doing is actually pouring sparkling water over the top as well.
Okay.
So there's so many different variations on it. You're not missing out on trying new things, but experiment with it, guys. It's a really versatile thing to use. People even use it in baking and in cooking as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I've made a saving on that one there, and that's 2 out of the way.
That's it.
We're finishing off with a showstopper part.
We're finishing off with a naughty one, I can't deny, but we need to treat ourselves every now and then, I believe.
Absolutely. So we do a bit of a clean-up and we'll come back for round 3?
I think so.
Yep, okay, we've got 2 fantastic ones out of the way. This one is the naughty one, but it is the after hours special, so I think we've got to finish with a bang. But just keep in mind, guys, this is like 490 calories. Let me just repeat that. 490 calories. Okay, so if we're talking equivalencies, that's like having 7 slices of bread. Just thought I'd let that drop. Okay. Let's get into it. This sounds fantastic. Toblerone, my favourite. Give me my 7 slices.
Okay, beautiful. At least you know what you're in for.
Oh, it's all about knowing what to expect.
Okay, so we're going to do 30 mils of Baileys into our cocktail shaker. Then we're going to do 30 mils of Frangelico, which is that beautiful hazelnut flavour. Then, bringing in our cold brew that we were just talking about, we're going to do 30 mils of that. Now, I know it's probably not a traditional thing you think of when Toblerone and the coffee, but it just pairs so, like the cold brew coffee, this particular one we're using, the Zanzibar, which we touched on, I think in the tiramisu video, has that beautiful chocolatey, like just creamy notes to it. So
Yum.
It's just a natural conclusion that it's going to taste amazing. In that one goes. Then we've got 30 mils of cream here. You can use a light cream.
Can use a light cream, but again, if you're going to have it and enjoy it, make sure you count for it and plan for it in there, because it's like anything in life, guys, you're going to do it properly.
Do it good.
Yes.
And then just a tiny little bit of honey. We've already got an element of sweetness there with the cold brew already, and naturally Baileys and Frangelico are a sweeter alcohol. But just, they say a tablespoon, but obviously it's all about personal preference. So just think about it when you're trying it out. Taste it a little bit, but know if you can do without, because there's certainly some sweetness there. And then we're just going to pour our ice straight into there, and then just use our cocktail extraordinaire shaking skills.
This has been foolproof. Excited to see this.
There are many people out there who do a lot better than I, but I don't want to break
No,
kitchen.
I can't imagine it. That's all right.
So we've got our glass here that we've garnished with a little bit of a chocolate sauce there. Again, another optional part. And we're just going to pour that one.
Oh, everyone's taking the options on this one. After hours special, nearly 500 calories and 7 slices. You'll enjoy it. You really, really will.
Yes, and you'll feel good about it.
Some may not remember it.
Well, maybe that is the key moment to have it.
Oh, yes.
Lastly, just to bring in the touch of the Toblerone, we're just going to grate a little bit of Toblerone on the top. Some people might like to add actually like a chocolate rim around the top and actually do this around the rim. But I just think a nice simple little garnish on the top is all you need, all the flavours inside. So it's just to pretty it up.
That goes so far. People underestimate what those microplanes can do. That was a tiny piece of Toblerone right there. And look at the coverage that you've just got. I think that's fantastic.
They're so much more flexible than your old-fashioned grater. All get stuck up internal. I highly recommend. Yeah. Little side note.
Well, thank you so much for bringing us these espresso martinis. Look, again, it's not about not having it in life, guys. It's about doing it in moderation. A couple of standard drinks a day is considered okay for your health. Make sure you count the calories, all right? If you need to watch your weight, maybe the Toblerone might have to wait for that special event. And, maybe you want to take some modifications to it. But it's like anything, guys. Enjoy it for what it is. It's a sometimes thing. It's a special treat thing. And we have so very much enjoyed having your expertise on here.
Oh, thank you.
And we look forward to more opportunities to do some more work with you.
I hope so.
And hope to show people what coffee should be as well.
Beautiful. My and Crema's pleasure, as always. So I really hope everyone got a good deal of information about it, and I hope you can enjoy your drinks, in moderation.
Absolutely. Guys, check out Crema Coffee Garage. Also jump on their website. There's plenty of videos on YouTube as well with Crema, showing you what coffee should be, giving you that educational base as well. That's it for Cook with Jase, our after hours special. First one, we've suited up for this one as well. So I'm going to go get back into some actual comfortable clothing, because you can tell I look like a penguin on a hot rock at the moment. I'm completely out of my comfort zone. But until next time, guys, that's Cook with Jase for this week. I look forward to seeing you again soon.